Despite thousands of sightings and near constant speculation about the Loch Ness Monster, there's still very little agreement about its features or where it might be found. It's a problem that's been frustrating Nessie hunters for decades.
We're not spending all this time and money trying to prove that there's a large unidentified species in Loch Ness. We know that. We've seen it, and we know it's here. What we are trying to do now is identify the species.
Today, a brand new profile is emerging, which, once complete, could help us finally find the beast. But while most researchers have focused their efforts within the Scottish Highlands, they're ignoring a key data source. Because as it turns out, this unknown species might have a long-lost twin outside the loch. In the 17th century, a similar creature began appearing here in northern Sweden's Storsjön Lake. The Swedes call it the Great Lake Monster. In the eastern town of Östersund, archaeologist Anders Hansson has been studying the Great Lake Monster for years and believes there is a definite link to Loch Ness.
We know that people have always been seeing strange things in big waters, and this is part of the Western and Norwegian tradition, and even up to Scotland, that we have these sea serpents.
There have been rumors of an unknown underwater species in Storsjön as far back as the 11th century, not long after rumors of Nessie began. One early description was even recorded on a Viking relic called the Frøso runestone that has stood in Östersund since 1050.
And as you can see, it's got this great serpent, this dragon on it. And this is what is said to be the first picture and story about the Great Lake Monster.
A similar timeline isn't the only thing these two creatures share. Both Loch Ness and Storsjön are cold freshwater lakes, and both feed directly into the same common body of water, the North Sea. In other words, a migratory aquatic species could swim between both lakes. Physical accounts of the Swedish monster also line up with alleged Nessie sightings.
People out fishing, seeing something in the lake. Sometimes it's 3 meters, sometimes it's 15 meters long.
Almost all the witnesses describe the monster with a long sea serpent-like body and the head of a dog or a horse.
Some of them are quite dramatic, talking about the speed of the monster and how the mouth of it was so big that you could put down, your whole head in the mouth of the monster.
So what do we have here? Two similar creatures spotted along similar timelines, both in large, cold, northern freshwater lakes. And what's more, these two lakes are directly linked via the North Sea. If the Swedish and Scottish monsters are related, or even the same species, it raises a frightening possibility. Perhaps the Loch Ness Monster isn't trapped in the loch at all.